Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Mitt Flips, where I'm a full-time eBay reseller, and every 100 subscribers there's a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure you subscribe so you have a chance to win. First thing going out, B5 is a Corning Pyrex glass lid. B1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's gonna be behind some stuff. Okay, I think it's a multi-quantity listing, and I can spy it over this way, so that's actually pretty good. This one right here, I will double check the number. It is a G5C. G5C with the fluted or ribbed top. Make sure you put that in your listings. Keywords do matter. If I seem a little rushed, it's because I am. Next thing going out is a, it doesn't have a location because it's on display, but it's been so long I don't remember where. Okay, it is a 2021 Topps Garbage Pail Kids refrigerator. It's a pack of 10 packs of stickers, 83 sticker cards per box. I bought these when there was the card boom insanity, and I was just buying anything I could get my hands on. Most of those things eventually got reprinted, refilled at the stores, and the prices came back down. But I just priced that to what I wanted to get eventually and said, I'm just going to leave it in my store until it sells. It actually ended up being on a 15% off sale, but I think I paid 20 bucks, 15 plus tax, somewhere in that range. $33.99 free shipping. So not a ton of money. It is what it is. I should have done it in the first place. When the mania of something hits and you hear about it, it's already too late. If you don't know before the mania, don't bother. That is a life lesson I needed to learn. I wish it wouldn't have cost me so much money 2 years ago. I won't go into the details, but it's not great. All right, next up, it is, my favorite. I didn't think this one was going to sell. I went back and looked it up again. I don't know why I keep bringing the box. There ain't that many in there anymore. But it is this right here. It is a Parker American flag pen. Stars and Stripes was in there. I'm not sure. All these pens, or at least most of these pens, they have actual names. So sometimes the stuff in the title is just nonsense keywords, and sometimes it's the actual name of the pen. I'm not sure which one. I didn't list it. But that one, $31.99 free shipping. That came in the box. I actually used the pen box. I paid $2 at a garage sale, and it had, I don't know, 20 pens in it. I made a whole video about it. I will actually, if I can find it, I'll link it at the end of this one, because the amount of money that was in that box was insane. And this is where I fell in love with pens, because I knew a little bit about pens from watching Auction Professor and a couple other channels, but I never really come across any. And for $2, I said, I'm going to learn something today. And if it cost me $2, that's $2 well spent. And it turned out making me a ton of money. Next up, it's a book. It's actually 2 books, and it's 2 books from my childhood, if I can get them out of here. It is a happy ending book and an all-new happy ending book, The New Teacher and Hoppity's Good Deed. These were 2 of my favorite books to read as a kid. And let's see if I can find it. I would stare at one of these pictures. It's not a sense memory, but what do they call that? A core memory. I have a terrible memory as far as long-term. Like my childhood, it's like nothing. I'll run into people I went to grade school with, and they'll talk about one of my birthday parties, and I'll have no recollection of it. And they'll tell me details and stuff. It's a very weird thing. But let me find the page. This one, right here. I would stare at this picture all the time because they had delicious ice cream cones, and I thought these were the tastiest looking things I'd ever seen in my life. And I would try to figure out what flavors they were. Obviously, vanilla. But what is this? Lime? Pistachio? At 6 years old, or however old I was, pistachio didn't exist to me. So was this lime ice cream? I don't know why, but that is a memory in my head of something I used to do as a very small child. For the 2 of those, $9 free shipping. The buyer of those has for 2 weeks been sending me lowball offers. $3, $5. No, I wasn't even countering. If it's below the cost of shipping on an offer, I just decline the offer because it's ludicrous. And eventually I did settle. I think they were $11.99 free shipping. Settled on $9. Next up, B1B is a set of Tupperware cookie cutters. And I don't know, I think I have a few of these sets listed. Oh, I guess there is another one right there. So I was a little worried because they weren't in the Tupperware container, so I probably didn't throw them in together. But this one right here, $10 free shipping. Like I just said, I have 3 of them listed, or I had 3 and now I have 2. So that's telling me the price is too high. I don't gotta look that up. If you are accumulating the same item or the same lot of things, you gotta lower the price, you gotta do something, because obviously what you're doing is not working. So took a pretty significant offer on that one, $10 free shipping. Next up, it's one of those times where it's a repeat buyer, but I'm not sure if it's a repeat buyer because they bought 2 items today, or maybe they bought one previously. I don't have that info readily available. It is C2A9, a Monique collection. C2A, that's a 6. It's also a 6. And I think, yeah, that's a 9 right there. And this is a, can't see, a Monique BB Auburn 1617, size 1617. And also on that order is B5B10. It's also a Monique collection. B5B10. This one right here. And this is also covered up. That is a BB Blonde 1617. So same wig, just different colors. They know what they like. Next up, B3 is a Italeri Corsair. I don't know. It's an airplane model. And the words were, I think, Italian. And I am not Italian. Hence my inability to pronounce it. But this one right here, Corsair F. 4U from Italeri. That's a Navy fighter, so that is definitely not an Italian word, but that one is, I'm assuming, Italeri, or this Italian company. I don't know. I tried to get into models one time, and it ended up being that it's tedious. So you gotta actually enjoy it. It's not just something you're like, oh, that looks like fun. It might not be. For me, it was not. But this one right here, that's pretty cool. Got that in a Mikhail mystery box, so I paid $1-ish. $31.48 free shipping. Next up, D3 is a Crystal River fly fishing reel. D3. All right, it was tucked way to the back, but this right here, a Crystal River fly fishing reel, CA560. I got $18.69 free shipping. Also, Mikhail mystery box item. After that, we got A4. It's a vintage Villager Liz Claiborne backpack. It's like a mini backpack. A4 right here. Actually, I think this was Jen's, if I'm not mistaken. So like always, I consider that a cost of goods 0 because you already bought it. It was yours in your house. But for that cute looking backpack, $14.99 plus shipping. Next up is a wig. It's a Playhouse collection, C2A5. C2A5. I think I even picked that one up and put it back. C2A5. That is a Gina size 10-11 Blonde. And next up, C3, just sold one of these day before yesterday. It's a Mattel Ken fashion doll nude. Not the same buyer, but I was saying I was taking pretty significant offers on these because if they haven't sold by now, it's time to go. His arms and face do not match his body. That is weird. But this is, yes, that's the one, blonde, 2012. The year was not in the title. That is something you would want to put in there. And then next thing going out, I sent out a significant offer on this one. I am clearing out a little more book space because I'm going to go pick up, I think I'm just going to go ahead and bring the rest of the books here since I'm going to do it anyways, and I'm going that way. Why not? Well, I'll tell you why not. Because they're heavy. That's why I'm saying it, but I also might not do it. But it is Hall Caine Bodman set. It's a book set right here. Oh, The Bondman was one of them. The Shadow of Crime, The Deemster, Last Confession. I'm guessing this is the author Caine book series, different books that he had written. $14.99 free shipping. It was listed $29.99 free shipping, maybe $24.99 free shipping, somewhere in that range. Any of the books I listed last winter, if they haven't sold by now, they can go ahead and go. Cost of 0. Let's make some money and not take up the space, especially a book set like this, which I do remember at the time when I listed it, it wasn't worth a lot of money, or the other thing was maybe there wasn't any solds, so I think I was kind of taking a shot in the dark. With the book sets, I have trouble. I'll figure out that they're not worth anything or not desirable, but then I feel like somebody needs these. Somebody has to have them. And twice I've reached out to people in a antique book group I'm in and just said, hey, I have these books, any interest, shoot me an offer, glad to send them to you, that kind of thing. And both times someone has taken me up on the offer. No tip of the day, but I do have it was just a quote that it just stuck with me. I don't remember exactly where it came from, but I will never say who said a quote ever, because how the internet works is they take a quote, a nice quote, and people will put it with a picture of a celebrity or whatever, and they'll put the same quote out 75 times to see which one gets traction and just run with it. Because who's fact checking who said a quote? Does it really matter? That's a sidebar. But I think it's from a movie actually, but the quote was something like, I'm just paraphrasing, but it was, society prospers when here it is. Society prospers when men plant trees that they will never see the shade of. Okay, that's very paraphrased. I don't remember exact wording, but something like that. And it caught me because I was like, what? But what it's saying is, in order to prosper long term, in order for things to be good long term, you have to put in work now that you might not see the results of. So when you're working towards retirement, what you really need to be focusing on is am I planting the trees? Am I planting the seeds for my children, for my children's children? Not just, the end goal should not be the end. And that one was more of a societal type thing. But even in your day-to-day work, you should be thinking, am I planting the seeds today that are going to provide the fruit in the future that I need, that my family needs, that the next people need? It doesn't have to be generational like that. It can be personal. Am I doing the work today that is going to provide me with what I want in the future? And if the answer is no, mix it up. Figure that out. Lots of people struggle with this. I'm not one of them. I have a very what they call a time horizon. I have a very long time horizon. I can think out years ahead and not get overwhelmed by that and make a plan and take the steps. I think constantly about all this stuff, and not in a anxietal way, in a planning way, it makes it easier for me if I think the big picture, then backtrack to what I need to be doing today in order for that big picture to happen. I really like that quote. Are you planting the seeds? Are you planting the trees today to bear the fruit you want down the road? I like it. Well, that's going to be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and be good to each other.